Oh, 1400s guy. Disappointing. Cool team, though. I mean, Ninetales won the first GC. They have nothing at all for Heatran. Outside of, like, Sacred Sword of Close Combat on the Iron Leaves. Like, Heatran just womps on this. So I'll just leave it Landorus for an Intimidate on the Iron Leaves in case they lead that. But Heatran should just 1v4. Bring Raging Bolt. And... the other three aren't that great. Yeah, no, Superior's not good. There's 4 resist to grass. Well, to be fair, it'd be reasonable if I then Terra Fire it, wouldn't it? And then I'll benefit from the sun. So actually, I'm going to bring Superior. With the intention of terroring it, is the word. Terroring. Terrestrializing, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be the word. That's a cool trainer card. Okay, I do not care in the slightest about this lead. This is the freest sub. So I'll just U-turn the Indeedee and substitute here. As far as I can see, nothing can go wrong, and then they bust out the Terra Ground Indeedee. But as far as I can see, there is nothing reasonable that can go wrong with just U-turn and sub. They have nothing for the Heatran on this turn, supposedly. They are terroring immediately. Here's the ground. Okay, just making sure that U-turn doesn't do too much. Okay, fine. Like, I was a little bit skeptical there of what the terror was going to be, but I'm fine with Fairy. That doesn't beat Heatran either. Yeah, just expanding force. To be fair, that was very reasonable. But that was good damage to the Heatran. Not quite enough to break a sub, though, so that's good. Then, I believe it's Superior here instead of Raging Bolt. Because I want to wait for the Psychic Terrain to disappear. And they should Light Screen here. I will attempt to Leaf Storm, and I will attempt to Magma Storm. I'm not concerned about the Grimmsnarl. The nice thing is that if they Spirit Break the Superior, it gives me a boost. Because Superior is busted. Indeed, he definitely could be faster than my Superior as well, because I'm a bulky Superior. Don't have speed investment. If they outspend my Landorus, I would assume they're fast. But it was interesting that they terrored just to avoid a U-turn damage. Yeah, there's Light Screen. I'm curious if Leaf Storm and Magma Storm will KO the Indeedee. Yeah, they're just fast. And again, respectable damage. But not enough. And there's the boost. And theoretically, the Magma Storm into the Magma Storm chip should KO this Indeedee. Or just not even need the Magma Storm chip. That's perfectly acceptable as well. But yeah, they've kind of wasted their Terror, so I'm fine with this. And like I said, I was going in, I'm intending to Terror the Superior here. Scrafire. What? Psychic Seed? Unburden? That's cool, but you know, what are you doing? Where's the damage? I don't see any damage here. I'm going to just double into this Fire. Although, you know, to be fair, with the Psychic Seed, I probably should have gone for Magma Storm, because they got the Psychic Seed and the Light Screen, so they're going to shrug off attacks. But I can just ignore the Grimmsnarl. Especially because it's just switching out. Now, what's the Grafire going to do? There's the Iron Leaves, the thing I was a little bit concerned with, and Booster Energy. Speed or attack? Attack. Speed was better for me because they were outspeeding regardless. Shame I didn't Terra Blast into the Iron Leaves, that would have been lovely. Shame I didn't Magma Storm into the Iron Leaves. But as far as I can see, Heatran will just win. And I also have Superior boosted, and also... Oh, it's just protect, okay. That's fine. But I still have Landorus and all that stuff as well. Psyblade probably gets the Superior, right? I mean, probably. Of course it does. So worth keeping Superior or Landorus? It's got to be Landorus, right? Because I can switch into Landorus, then switch back out into Raging Bolt afterwards. So I will attempt now to Terra Blast and also Magma Storm the Iron Leaves. Don't think there's anything that Grafire can really do. Okay, it breaks the sub. Now is this a follow-up close combat with Sacred Sword? It is a Sacred Sword. Should have switched to Landorus. So that was me saying that Heatran just wins, and I did say the only thing was the fighting move from the Iron Leaves, but, you know. That's a 2-shot and all that. So it is Landorus, get the Intimidate. Attempt to U-turn the Iron Leaves. Wait a minute, no. I can't hit Grimmsnarl with Raging Bolt very well. No, this is going horribly wrong already. Because Grimmsnarl is one of the perfect counters to Raging Bolt. Yeah, this is not good. Switch straight back into Raging Bolt. I need to preserve Landorus. Oh no. But Psyblade's still going to KO my Superior. I'm going to get GC'd here. Yeah, this is not good. Psyblade should still KO. With the attack booster energy, they should still KO my Superior. And even afterwards, Grafire should follow up the KO. This is not good. What I should have done is switched Heatran into Landorus on that turn, but, you know, hindsight. I didn't think the Grafire could break my sub. Because it was normal and poison. Where did the low sweep come from? Just protect, okay. That's fine, that's fine. I'll take it. This knock off, okay, so the AV's gone and now I'm definitely in range, but that's fine. I didn't take damage that turn. Is the Psychic Terrain gone? It is. Okay, so now Psyblade might not KO. So I will double this Iron Leaves. Thunderclap won't get it, it's got reasonable special defense, but both of these will KO, or at least one of them will. I get a Terra Blast into the Grimmsnarl at least. This is fine. There's the Gunk Shot, but that shouldn't KO after being intimidated, like so. That did not enough. Need to preserve the Landorus so that I can Stomping Tantrum the Grimmsnarl. I will attempt to Leaf Storm the Grimmsnarl. I'll Calm Mind here. I'm assuming I'm going to lose the... Yeah, so they of course can Echoing Shot. But I didn't want to switch in the Landorus there because they could have poisoned me on the switcher. And this will just be Spirit Break as well, won't it? So it's going to actually do some reasonable damage. And it's going to cancel out my Calm Mind. Just play rough! What? Is slipping away very, very quickly. So I do have the horrible feeling I'm going to be GC'd. That's one more turn of Reflect. Okay. Double into here. You know, +1 on the Raging Bolt, so I might still be able to do it. Yeah, got that right. Nice, so the Grimmsnarl should be KO'd. Unless they do a prankster thing. But they didn't, so that's reasonable. Reflect is gone. Still one more turn of Light Screen, but the Iron Leaves is in range of Dragon Pulse. Like, I will try to Stomping Tantrum here and assumedly not work. And Dragon Ball's here. And hopefully my Raging Bolt can 1v1 this double intimidated Grafaiai. I think it would just need to get Gunk Shot Poison. And then that would be very unlucky because they'd have to hit and also poison. It is Low Sweep, doesn't matter. And Psyblade KO into the Landorus. But Dragon Pulse KO, yeah. But Dragon Pulse KOs. And Raging Bolt should be able to get 2 Dragon Pulses and KO this Grafaiai, right? Because the Light Screen is now gone. They are Psychic Seeded still, but I'm +1. Surely 2 Dragon Pulses get it. And there's no way that an intimidated Grafaiai can beat me unless they get the Gunk Shot Poison. But connect. They didn't get the poison. And they are now in Thunderclap range. We are playing Thunderclap Mind Games. I'm really playing Thunderclap Mind Games against a Grafaiai. Come on. Really? Can we not? This is not the position I wanted to be in. Yeah, I know. I know. They could also miss the Gunk Shot as well. And also, that could have been a dirty roll because that did 52 damage. If I lose this, this is summing up the GC so much. Come on, just attack. Let me win. I don't want to have to play this Thunderclap game against Grafaiai. Come on. Didn't actually find out what the last move was either. So it was what? Gunk Shot, Low Sweep, Protect. Oh, they attacked. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I did not quite get GC'd. That was annoyingly close. I'm sure there are a couple of things that I could have done better in that game, but I'm not going to think about it. I'll forget about that game and move on. Because that was just classic GC. Yeah, 1546 is not ideal after 7 games. Definitely could have been higher. It's a 1400s guy as well. Almost a 100-point difference with a legit team. And Kilowattrel. But, Kilowattrel outspeeds Ninetales, so it would be able to get the Tailwind first if it wanted to. There's only really Ting Lu against my Heatran, which is nice. I think I will still go Ninetales Heatran against this. Landorus is very good. Raging Bolt is good, just careful of the Ting Lu. And I think if I bring Raging Bolt and those 4, Ting Lu might be a bit annoying. I probably do need to bring Superior and or Urshifu, and I think that Urshifu is better. So long as I can deal with the Kilowattrel quickly. So even though Raging Bolt is good here, I am scared enough of the Ting Lu that I will respect it and bring the Urshifu. Like, I probably do need to bring Urshifu if I see a Ting Lu. Watcher might be annoying though. Don't know if it's the competitive one or the Wind Power one yet. I mean, Killer Watcher was really good in Regulation A. Because things were weaker, Wind Power actually was really good, because then your Thunderbolt actually just O-code things. But it's not so ideal in Regulations B onwards, unfortunately. So many things... That's a cool training card. So many things became less viable because Fluttermane and Gem Power outsped them. Like, Meowscarada disappeared completely because of Fluttermane. Right, there's Rillaboom and Golden Go. That's amazing for Heatran, just careful of high horsepower. But I will Aurora Veil here. I've got that guaranteed. Because they do not know I'm Covert Cloak. And I will attempt to Magma Storm. But do I do it into the Golden Go for Rillaboom? Into the Rillaboom frees up my Urshifu. But Magma Storm is a KO straight up into Golden Go. I think I'll go into Golden Go because I can Terra Blast the Rillaboom. Yep, they don't know. Covert Cloak is busted. And if this is nasty plot, I should just win immediately if I connect Magma Storm. But it is just make it rain, don't care. Ninetales is a sacrificial lamb in this case, just for the Veil. And I can go into Landorus and I can Terra Blast the Rillaboom. Thank you, Heatran. It's not quite a KO, but it should be with Magma Storm Chip. It's not going to be with Grassy Terrain Recovery. That's better for me, I think. There's lefties as well, okay. Because they're -1 and pretty weak with the Golden Go at the moment. So I can just... Ooh, do I even sub? I could just take a double KO here. Like, I'd go into Landorus, but I'm going to pause to make it seem like I'm thinking about it. Do I sub? Or do I just take the double KO? I think I sub here, right? Because I'm not too concerned about the Golden Go at this point. Because if they nasty plot, that's reasonable, but I'll just KO them next turn. So I will get a free sub here. And they might even protect and make this a perfect turn. Or switch, you know. That's a thing as well. Ghost can switch out of Magma Storm. This is good. Just don't defensively Terra the Rillaboom and I'm basically sorted. I mean, I think I'm basically sorted regardless. Because now I'm behind the sub as well, they can't Thunderwave my Heatran or anything like that. They can Thunderwave my Landorus now. They don't defensively Terra. I believe the game is over now. Just free sub as well. And their Grassy Terrain is actually going to come back to bite them because I'm getting a bit of recovery now as well. Magic Gross is the last. That's very good. Because I can go for Terra Blast and also Magma Storm into it. And then that covers a defensive Terra. Because no defensive Terra on Metagross is resisting flying attacks. This is fine, this is just extra recovery on the Heatran. Well, they did go for Thunderwave, that's fair enough. But at the same time, I will just do exactly the same thing. The only thing they can do to hit the Heatran now at this point is Stumping Tantrum, and that means they're ignoring the Landorus, and all that good stuff. As far as I can see, there's nothing they can do. Thunderwave Paralysis, full power, is something, but that doesn't help them, because I KO the Golden Go because it's so low, and then Magma Storm now goes into the Grimmsnarl. Or it would have been Magma Storm goes into the Golden Go and then Terra Blast goes into the Grimside if they Thunderwave me, but they didn't. So this is good. Reasonable chip. And then I can just do exactly the same thing, right? I mean, I'm probably just... I'll just go for Terra Blast into Brimsnarl at this point. Just so that stops any Thunder Waves going into my Urshifu waiting in the back. Like, Urshifu still wins against the Metagross if they defensively tear out the Magma Storm. As expected, because that's what they did last time. So they were just going to do the same thing. And just break through. Just to speed it up a bit. Thank you. So I'm very confident I would still win even if I did get full parried there, but this just speeds it up a bit. Oh yeah, I had my Veil that whole time and didn't make a difference. Because I didn't take any damage there apart from just losing Ninetales, and that didn't matter. Gotta finally defensively Terror, right? Like so. And what was it? It's ground, okay. Well, that makes it better against my Heatran, but I'm behind a sub. Yeah, Storming Tantrum, I'm behind my sub. That's why sub is so busted. And Urshifu now definitely wins. So, even if I miss the Magma Storm, which I don't, and I get fully paralyzed into Oblivion, Urshifu just Surging Strikes his once. But I break through anyway, so this should KO. And that one was quite straightforward. Cool. Having games like that is quite nice, just as a palate cleanser. Especially after the Grafire game. I said I was going to forget the Grafire game. I clearly have not forgotten the Grafire game. Almost back to where I was at my peak, he says after just a few games. Just 1500s guy. Legit team. Then Half Flame makes Ninetales a lot worse. Sure, I want to go Ninetales. I still want to go with Heatran. Heatran's still great here. Don't know what Urshifu that is. I'm going to assume it's water based on the team composition. Probably wouldn't have single strike with Champao. I think I'm going to lead with Landorus and Heatran here. I'll bring Raging Bolt. I'm not sure what the last one is going to be. I'm going to bring Urshifu because of Champao. Champao does well against Landorus and Raging Bolt. And still does good damage to Heatran. That's not a cool trainer card. It's probably the least ideal for me, because I was wanting to leave with Raging Bolts just so I could Thunderclap the Urshifu, but now that doesn't work. Alright. This is not ideal. This covers basically everything that I could have gone for. I cannot see a reasonable way out of it. I'll attempt to Stomping Tantrum here. And I'm going to defensively Terror. This is not ideal. Most ideal is Moonblast miss KO into Landorus, Surging Strikes miss KO into Heatran. I get the KO into Fluttermane with Stomping Tantrum. Oh, it is just Moonblast, yeah. Living that. And living this. So actually, this is not the worst. And I didn't actually have to defensively Terror because I live a Surging Strikes. He's not bulky enough to live. Good. Okay, okay. That's freed up my Raging Bolt a lot. I know there's still a Chien-Pao, but... Oh, come on. Don't pause like that. Please don't pause like that. Alright, so... They bring in Chien-Pao. Now that will KO my Heatran, because then that will sort of ruin, tip it over the edge. Should be Chien-Pao, right? One would strongly assume it should be Chien-Pao. But what they're doing is what I did. Where they know their move, but they're thinking about it, or they're pausing to make it seem like they're thinking about it. Unless they didn't bring the Chien-Pao. Otherwise, they do actually need to think about it. It's Ogerpon. Oh. Interesting. So, I believe I double into the Ogerpon. They can't KO both. Can't KO both, I get one. And the other puts it in Thunderclap range. Don't crit. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I get one. And I get a banded Stomping Tantrum. That's good, because now this Ogerpon is in Thunderclap range. I would consider that Thunderclap range. This is one of the situations where Aqua Jet would be good on Urshifu because it's a guaranteed hit, but it's definitely Raging Bolt. So it's Raging Bolt and switch out into Urshifu here. And I don't see much that can go wrong with that. It might be worth sacrificing Landorus just so that Urshifu is definitely healthy against the supposed Chien-Pao in the back. But if it's Rillaboom, I prefer to keep Landorus just to intimidate. So I will switch into Urshifu, and I will Thunderclap the Ogerpon. This is decent. It's a shame I didn't Stomping Tantrum the Urshifu. Okay, it's Rillaboom. That's fair enough. But if this is Grassy Glide, which I did not think about in the slightest, I may have just completely thrown away a fantastic position. Please do not be Grassy Glide. That's not good. I mean, I live, but that's not good. That had been Dragon Pulse, I was set. However, now, okay, definitely double protect. next turn, I can still Dragon Pulse KO the Ogerpon. Yeah, I didn't factor in a Grassy Glide in the slightest. Which is better to preserve, Urshifu or the Landorus? It's got to be the Urshifu, right? Because the Urshifu just... their Urshifu just Certain Strikes is my Landorus. But no, it doesn't, because I can Thunderclap it. I've already Terra'd though, so I can't go for Terra Blast. So we'll just Dragon Pulse here. And if this is, like, not high horsepower, they can barely do anything to Raging Bolt. If it is high horsepower, then the Intimidate is useful. But Raging Bolt can definitely clutch this. And I think switching in Landorus here is good, because I can also stall out another turn with Detect from Urshifu. I mean, I can't, because they can just attack with their Urshifu, but, you know. Oh. Interesting. They're using their Terra. They go for Ivy Cudgel here. That's a very strong play, because it could have been a Thunderclap. But obviously, I'm not going to Thunderclap when they Grassy Glide. This is Ivy Cudgel. Very smart. Very smart play. But my EVs are still super clutch. It's Stomping Tantrum. Okay. Very glad I intimidated them. Yeah, this is very reasonable. Because that's KO. Now, do they have anything for Raging Bolt anymore? Because I pinned them with Thunderclap, and if they Aqua Jet, that's fair enough. What's the correct way of doing this? Is it get another Intimidate? How many Sons of Grassy Terrains left? 2. So I can Detect on the last one. So I do just attack. They Aqua Jet to avoid it, fair enough. They do. But they supposedly can't do much with the... Rillaboom. They have high horsepower, oh no. Oh, they have high horsepower, oh no! Yeah, Dragon Pulse would have just won there. And probably should have gone for that because I wasn't being KO'd. Close combat and high horsepower would have got me. They're only -1, aren't they? So Grassy Glide KOs. The Flutter Mane outsped, didn't it? So it's not necessarily Choice Scarf. Yeah, no, it's not going to work, is it? There's too many things there in play that there's no guaranteed play. And they did Aqua Jet at least. But does that mean that it's high horsepower just KOs me? It does. Yeah. That didn't work. That's annoying because that was a game that I thought was a very, very reasonable position. It's just I didn't play well enough with my Raging Bolts. So I Thunderclapped on a Grassy Glide turn, didn't factor that in, Dragon Pulse wins. Thunderclapped on an Aqua Jet turn, Dragon Pulse wins. Close combat critical hit into the Rillaboom. Yeah, they weren't Scarfed, because, you know, they outsped the Urshifu with their Flutter Mane. So, yeah. They outplayed me there. That was a very easy game to win, were I to get one turn right. And it seems that I still very much need to get good.